Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Senior Night 2017. Tonight, we acknowledge the dedication, the motivation, and the inspiration of our senior athletes. Up first, the girls who best represent the spirit of Pencrest. It is our Pencrest senior cheerleaders. Up first, senior cheerleader Abby Meyer, escorted by Donna Meyer. Abby plans to attend Temple University and major in engineering. Her personal message: she would like to thank her coaches, friends, and family for supporting her over the last few years. One more time for Abby Meyer. Our next senior, Lindsay Moppert. Lindsay is being escorted by her mom, Jill, her dad, Steve, her sister, Jenny, and brother, Stevie. Lindsay plans to attend college to study sports broadcast journalism and continue her cheerleading career. Her personal message: she would like to thank her family and friends for constantly supporting her and cheering her on. She would like to thank her teammates for being her sisters and second family, and coaches for shaping her into the person and cheerleader she is today. She thanks all of those people for all the unforgettable memories. She will love you guys always. Let's hear it for Lindsay Moppert. Our next senior cheerleader, Erica Rosenblum. Erica is being escorted by her mom, Donna, and her dad, Steven. Erica hopes to continue her cheerleading career at the University of Colorado at Boulder, where she plans to study international business with a minor in French. She would like to thank her parents for being by her side, not only today, but every day. Their undying love has guided her through her life and created her into the person she is today and all she hopes to become. She says thanks to her parents for always believing in her. I love you, Mom and Dad. Let's hear it for Erica Rosenblum. Okay. Our next cheerleader, Megan Spiata. Megan is being escorted by her mom, Mary Ann, her dad, Pete, and brother, Timmy. She plans to attend college and study pharmacy. She'd like to thank her family and friends for supporting her through her whole cheerleading career, especially her mom and grandma for coming to every single one of the competitions since she was 9. She'd also like to thank her teammates and coaches, past and present, for everything in the last 4 years. Her message to her friends: I love you guys. Let's hear it for Megan Spiata. Our next senior cheerleader, Courtney Tripler. Courtney is being escorted by her mom, Laura, and her dad, Rick. Courtney plans to attend college to study criminal justice and forensic science. She would like to thank her family and friends for always supporting her through everything, especially my 2 amazing parents for pushing me to always put 110% into everything and always to stay positive and come to every event. She'd like to thank her teammates and coaches for being her second family and making this season unforgettable. Let's hear it for our final senior cheerleader, Courtney Tripler. And now, a final unmasking of the Pencrest Lion. The Pencrest Lion is Maddie Wilhelm. Maddie is being escorted by her mom, Danielle Valenti. She plans to attend Westchester University to study business management and advertising and also play rugby. Her personal message: she'd like to thank her mom for always supporting whatever crazy decisions I make, pushing me to work hard and do my best. Let's hear it finally for Maddie Wilhelm, the Pencrest Lion. And now, let's hear it for our senior football players. Our first senior, number 85, Aviv Aloof. Aviv is escorted by his father, Benjamin Aloof. This is Aviv's first year as a Pencrest football player. He says, thanks to my parents for coming to every game and being my biggest supporters on and off the field. Let's hear it for Aviv Aloof. Our next senior, Eric Arufo, number 13. Eric is being escorted by his parents, Frank and Mary Arufo. Eric has been a member of the Pencrest football team for 2 years. He says, I would like to thank my mom and dad and the rest of my family, along with anyone else who has supported me in my years at Pencrest. I love you all, and thanks for the memories. Let's hear it for Eric Arufo. Our next senior, number 90, Alex Budazin. Alex is escorted by his parents, Janique and Isabel Budazin. This is Alex's first year as a Pencrest football player. He says, I would like to thank my parents for the support they've given me this season and their willingness to eventually let me play football. Thanks for being the best parents and for coming out for a second senior night. Let's hear it for Alex Budazin. Our next senior, number 15, Chris Cello. Chris is escorted by his parents, Chris and Danielle Cello, his sister Kylie, and his brother Nick. Chris has been a football player for all 4 years at Pencrest. He would like to say, I'd like to thank my father. Without him, I wouldn't be the football player I am today. And I want to say thanks to my mother, sister, and brother for all the support they gave to me. I also want to thank my grandparents for being my #1 fans. Let's hear it for Chris Cello. Our next senior, number 62, Jake Shishelski. Jake is escorted by his parents, Leonard and Melissa Shishelski, and Joseph Fleischutz. This is Jake's first year as a Pencrest football player. He says, thanks to all the guys for the love and support you've given me throughout the years. I love you all. Let's hear it for Jake Shishelski. Our next senior, number 32, Anthony Coppertino. Anthony is escorted by his grandparents, Don and Debbie Gaston. Anthony has been a football player for all 4 years at Pencrest. He says, thank you for supporting my football career. I love you both. Let's hear it for Anthony Coppertino. Our next senior football player, number 33, John Cosgrove. John is escorted by his mother, Linda Cosgrove, grandmother, Margie, and alumni brothers, Steve, Kevin, and Dan, and his sister, Mary Kate. John has been a football player all 4 years at Pencrest. He says, thank you to my mother for undenying support the last 3 years. My little sister, who never fails to bring out the best in me, and my older brothers who shaped me into the man I am today. Also, I want to thank my father for all he has done for me. Dad, this game's for you. Let's hear it for John Cosgrove. Our next senior, number 42, Devin Delvicio. Devin is escorted by his parents, Darren and Rhonda Delvicio, and brother Dayton. Devin has been a football player for all 4 years at Pencrest. He says, thank you to my family and friends for helping me push through times when they were hard for me and keeping me in your thoughts every day. Let's hear it for Devin Delvicio. Our next senior, number 74, Jake McPhee. Jake is being escorted by his parents, Ryan and Bree McPhee. This is Jake's third year as a PHS football player. He says, thanks to my #1 supporters on and off the field, I love you, Mom and Dad. Let's hear it for number 74, Jake McPhee. Our next senior, number 20, Caleb Mahalik. Caleb is escorted by his mom, Maria Mahalik, and his brother, Gabe. Caleb has been a football player all 4 years at Pencrest. He says, I would like to thank my mom and brothers for being there for me for every game I've played since Rose Tree Colts. The way you three have raised me in the place of Dad has made me become a better football player and better man. And he would be so proud of all of us tonight. I appreciate and I love you all. Let's hear it for Caleb Mahalik. Our next senior, number 12, Chris Mills. Chris is escorted by his parents, Dan and Ann Mills, his sister Amy and Molly, and little niece Sunny. Chris has been a football player all 4 years at Pencrest. I just want to thank my family for always being there in the stands on Friday nights. Thank you for pushing me through tough times. I wouldn't be who I am without you. Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose. Chris Cello. Check that, it's Chris Mills. Our next senior, number 65, Nicholas Palumba. Nick is escorted by his parents, Tony and Christine Palumba. Nick has been a football player all 4 years at Pencrest. I want to thank my mom and dad for supporting me since day one. I also want to thank my brother, Alex, and sister, Elena, for cheering me on from the stands. I couldn't have done it without you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for number 65, Nick Palumba. Our next senior, number 7, Sam Sav. Sam is escorted by his mom, Lisa Liebman. This is Sam's second year as a Pencrest football player. I want to thank my parents and my family for all they've done for me to help guide me to where I am today. Let's hear it for number 7, Sam Sav. Our next senior, number 43, Vernon Speece. Vernon is escorted by his aunt and uncle, Trish and Jim Stewart, his brother Kyle, and his cousin Heather. This is Vernon's first year as a Pencrest football player. Thank you to my aunt and uncle for setting examples on how I should act and always being there for me. Let's hear it for number 43, Vernon Speece. And our final senior football player, number 56, Bobby Steiner. Bobby is escorted by his parents, Bob and Jane Steiner, his brothers, Will and Owen, and his sister, Emma. Bobby has been a football player all 4 years at Pencrest. And he says, thank you to my mom and dad for always being my role models and always believing in me. And thank you to my girlfriend, Madison, for never missing a game. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for senior Bobby Steiner. Let's hear it one more time for all of our senior football players and senior cheerleaders. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm Pencrest welcome to the Radnor Red Raiders football team. Ladies and gentlemen, for their final time on Lewis Scott Field in 2017, it's your Pencrest Lions football team! Captains out for both sides.
Pencrest, I've walked the off and let you do the first. And it's me, the guy. And this line right here. Radnor will receive.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please rise? Gentlemen, remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Erica Westcott and the Pencrest Roaring Lions Marching Band.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Pencrest High School football, where the 3 and 6 Lions take on the 4 and 5 Radnor Raiders here at the Lou in Media, Pennsylvania. It's the final game of the regular season for the Lions, and tonight we'll be honoring all the senior football players and cheerleaders. I'm Jake Scully along with Bobby Neal. And Bobby, as a senior yourself, you know many of these players personally. So let me ask you this. What seniors think are going to shine in their last game here on home turf?
In my personal opinion, Jake, I really think all the seniors are going to have a pretty good night. It's their last game of the season. I think they're going to have a good game, and they're going to ball out, and they're going to have a good time.
Pencrest coming off a huge comeback victory last Friday against Lower Merion. They were down 20-7 with 10 minutes left, go on to win the game 21-20. Seniors wearing all white jerseys and white pants, the first time they've done that at home this season.
Tonight, after Action News at 11.
Radnor has not won a game since they beat Harrington 41-0 a month ago. In their last 3 games, all losses, they have not scored more than 2 touchdowns. Pencrest has won the toss and elected to defer, so they will get the ball to start the second half.
It's Alex Budaz in the kickoff.
Pencrest Radnor, and this game is underway. The kick is fielded and muffed, but it's picked back up. Uh-oh! Who's got it? Pencrest and Radnor players fighting over it. And who's got it? It's Radnor.
Radnor recovers.
So Radnor escapes near disaster here on the opening kickoff.
Yeah, you got that right, Jake. That would have been a terrible possession for the Raiders right there. But luckily they got the ball back right there.
So Radnor will get the ball on their own 22-yard line. The starting quarterback will be Sean Malarkey, and the starting running back will be Taylor Margolis, who scored 2 touchdowns last week in a loss against Strathaven. The first throw of the game is caught. It's Teddy Garton who made the catch and picks up about 5, setting up a second down and medium.
That was a really good pass by Malarkey right there to get the 5-yard reception to make it second and medium.
Sean Malarkey, quarterback for the Red Raiders.
Second down and 4. Sean Malarkey in the shotgun. 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. The first carry of the game for Taylor Margolis, the junior running back. And he gets about a yard short of the first down.
It is Taylor Margolis off left side.
Setting up a 3rd and 2.
Pretty good running right there by the Raiders offense for them to get the 3rd and short right there.
Third and 1 for Radnor. Ball on their own 31.
3rd down and 1. The ball's at their own 31-yard line. Sean Malarkey, a quarterback, in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He hands the ball off to Margolis, and a great defensive play, shooting the gap, and it'll be 4th down, and Radnor will be forced to a 3-and-out on their first drive.
What a great drive by this Pencrest defense right there to get the 3-and-out for this Raiders offense. Great start for this Lions offense and defense so far.
And a great stop for the Pencrest Lions defense on 3rd down, huh?
Of course, Jake, especially on 3rd and 1. What a great stop by that defense right there.
Dylan Van Dusen will be ready to punt the ball away. And it's a short punt. It'll land a little past midfield. And it will be downed outside the 40-yard line at the 37 of Pencrest.
Lions take over on their own.
So, Pencrest's first drive of the game, starting at quarterback, will be Chris Mills. He was the one who led the charge to a huge comeback victory, as we mentioned earlier. Was also named PA Prep Live's Player of the Week at quarterback. Caleb Mahalik will be starting in the backfield as usual. G. Antonelli, Sam Sav, Vinnie Brown will be the starting wide receivers. John Cosgrove at the fullback spot. Mills in the gun on the first play, a low snap, play action, rolling right. He throws, and he's got a man, it's Vinnie Brown, and picks up a first down, a gain of 12.
Chris Mills to Vinnie Brown.
And a nice play call on the first play on offense by Andrew Pigeon.
That was a really good pass right there from Chris Mills to get to Vinnie Brown to get the Lions a first down about near midfield. What a great start so far.
And Andrew Pigeon, in his first year at Pencrest, just 25 years old. He was an all-Delco quarterback at Ridley in his senior year. Of course, Chris Mills, the quarterback, is a senior. The give is to Mahalik, and he goes up the middle in a nice run. and picks up another first down.
Up the middle.
Caleb Mahalik picking up right where he left off from last week against Lower Merion.
Yeah, you got that right, Jake. Mahalik starting off to another good start so far, having a 10-plus rush on there to get into Radnor territory.
Caleb Mahalik with over 100 rushing yards last week.
He had a really good week last week, Jake. He had a really good week for this Lions offense.
And the ball right at the first down marker, but they're going to call it second down and inches. 2 men in the backfield, Cosgrove to the right, Mahalik to the left. Chris Mills steps up in the pocket. He's going to keep it himself and picks up a first down. It's Ifean Gavin on the tackle.
Chris Mills picks up the first down.
So already 2 first downs in the early going on this first drive of the game.
Yeah, so far this Lions offense is going off to a pretty good start so far. You have the pass from Mills to Vinny Brown, and you have the nice run handoff to Caleb Mahalik.
G. Antonelli and Sam Saver out wide. Vinny Brown is in the slot. Caleb Mahalik's in the backfield. They're going to pitch it to Mahalik. And he's trying to get to the edge. He does, but then's finally forced out of bounds by a convoy of Radnor defenders and before he picks up 4 yards.
Wilhelm, the Pencrest Lions.
This Lions offense so far, Jake, has been pretty good so far. They've done really well. They're in Radnor territory, and they just got to keep it up.
Pencrest picks up 4. 2nd and 6 for the Lions.
And Radnor did also allow over 100 yards last week rushing to Strathaven. So that could be a big factor as it was last week. Mills hands it off out of the gun to Caleb Mahalik. And he's about 2 yards short of a first down.
Up the middle.
Picks up 3.
Like you were saying right there, Jake, you're saying Radnor giving up over 100 rushing yards last week to the loss against Strathaven. That could be a pretty big advantage for this Lions running game this week, like they had last week against Lower Merion.
The ball already on the 34-yard line of Lower Merion. They're going to need to get to the 31 for a first down, 3rd down and 3.
3rd and 3 for Pencrest.
Pencrest going to the full house formation, one that was very successful last week against Lower Merion. And they go to G. Antonelli, the up man, and he's right at that first down marker, and it looks like the refs are going to say that he got it.
On the stop.
Never mind, he's a yard short, and Pencrest is going to go for it. Bobby, do you like the call?
I actually do, Jake. I really would, because so far this Lions offense has done pretty good so far. I would go for it. It's 4th and 1.
4th and 1.
I would run it up the middle either with Chris Mills or Caleb Mahalik right here.
Back to the full house formation. Vinny Brown and Sam Saver, the wide receivers. They go to they fake it to Cosgrove, and they keep it with Mills, and he is hammered. They fail to convert on 4th down, and Radnor gets the ball back.
Stop made by Nick Sherry.
So Radnor gets the ball on their own 35. 1st down and 10. The first drive was unsuccessful, but let's see what they can do right here.
Pencrest Stevens was able to get a 3 now on their first possession.
Malarkey, play action, the fake to Cohen. He throws right side. It's caught by Ryder and is just short of midfield. Jameer Ryder, the junior, 5'10" junior wide receiver, and he's got a first.
Pretty good vision and pass by Sean Malarkey to get to that pass off to Ryder to get to about midfield.
First out and 10, ball on the 50-yard line.
1st and 10 for Radnor, ball at midfield.
Pencrest will go in the 3-4 defense. Malarkey, the give to Matt Cohen, and with a bit of speed, ahead of steam is Matt Cohen, and he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line before being tackled by John Cosgrove.
Matt Cohen picks up the first down for Radnor.
A nice run by Matt Cohen.
Yeah, that was a pretty good run by Cohen right there. Good job by the offensive line for Cohen to be able to get through and get into Pencrest territory.
On the stop.
So Radnor doing exactly what Pencrest did on their last drive. Moved the ball very effectively in very few plays. 2 receivers on each side. Matt Cohen's in the backfield. Malarkey fakes to Cohen and gets dropped. It's Anthony Cupertino, the senior, with the sack.
Sack made by senior Anthony Cupertino.
And it's second down and long.
That was pretty good by the Lions defense right there to be able to get to Malarkey and get the big sack right there by Anthony Cupertino.
So after the sack, the ball will be on Pencrest.
13.
On Pencrest 31-yard line. It's second down and 13. Less than 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Malarkey's in the gun. The fake to Cohen again. It's caught and will be hammered. What a play by Del Vecchio. It was Teddy Gurton who made the catch, but he goes nowhere. It's third and long.
Two really good plays by the Lions defense right there to make it third and long and for them to stop Cohen right there from getting even further from what he was before.
Result of the play brings up a 3rd and 12.
So Malarkey a perfect 4 for 4 on the game so far. 3 receivers to his right, 1 to the left. It's 3rd and 12. Malarkey, he's got some time, goes over the middle. Oh, and he fumbles the football, and it's picked up by Pencrest. It's Chris Mills with the recovery. It was Fahad Manzour who caught the ball but coughed it up. And
incomplete.
And they're going to say he's not a runner. Never mind, there's no fumble. The pass will be considered incomplete. But a really nice hit by the Pencrest defense.
Yeah, that was, Jake. That was a really good hit by the defense right there. And that was really good by Chris Mills to be able to try and recover that ball, but it ended up being incomplete.
On 4th down, Pencrest goes, and it looks like Chris Cello was the one who jumped off sides. So that'll be an automatic first down.
Encroachment on the defense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Well, it's not an automatic first down, but the ball is moved up 5 yards, so it's on the Pencrest 25. It's 4th down and 7. 5 minutes, 5 seconds in the first quarter. Malarkey looks. He throws. He's hit as he throws, and it's incomplete, intended for Teddy Gurton, and Pencrest gets the ball back.
That was a really good, that was a pretty good drive for that Lions defense right there. The only mistake they had was giving up that really good run by Cohen to get into their territory, but great stop by the Lions defense on that drive right there to stop Radnor from getting the conversion of 4th and 7.
So Teddy Gurton's 3rd target of the game. He already has 2 catches, and Chris Mills was the one who forced the incompletion. So Chris Mills will not be in a quarterback for this snap. It'll be Chris Cello, also a senior, who struggled against Lower Merion last week. Let's see if he can turn it around this time, though. Mahalik in motion. They give it to him, and Caleb Mahalik will be stuffed. Won't get anything. It'll be second down after a gain of nothing.
That was really good by that Radnor defense right there. Stop Mahalik to only get the short, like 1-2 yards to make it like second and long.
Second down and 8. They show blitz. They bring 5, and they fake it to Caleb Mahalik. Cello will keep it himself, and he picks up a first down and gets to the 41-yard line. A really nice run by Cello.
Yeah, Jay, that was a really good run, especially faking it. The Radnor defense thought they were going to hand it off to Caleb Mahalik, but no. Chris Cello kept it for himself, and a big game for this Lions offense.
And a big advantage that Andrew Pigeon has, he has quarterbacks who can run. Both Mills and Cello are very well adapted to run the football, and he constantly uses them throughout games. Empty backfield for Pencrest, a new set of downs. Caleb Mahalik's in motion. They fake it to him. It's Chris Cello on the read option, and he gets close to and he actually gets a first down. He crosses midfield. So 2 first down runs in a row for Chris Cello. Never mind, they're going to spot it at the 50-yard line, a yard short of a first.
Yeah, Jake, so far Cristiano has had pretty good run so far. He has at least almost 20 rushes for 2 carries already, averaging about almost 9-10 yards a carry.
So Chris Mills is back in the game at quarterback. They bring a blitz, but they fake it to Mahalik once again, and Chris Mills gets a first down
That's Chris
and
Mills
is
on the
in
quarterback keeper.
Lower Merion territory, Radnor
Lions
territory.
pick up 6 and the first down.
So far, the 2 QB seniors, Chris Mills and Chris Chillo, pretty good run so far. The Radnor defense is being fooled once again, thinking they were going to give it to Mahalik, but no, they kept it with Chris Mills. Great thinking by Andrew Pigeon on that play right there.
And I can imagine they're fired up, especially with their last game here at Pencrest. At least here at their home stadium. First down, 2 men in the backfield. Mills will throw it. He's going deep. Left side for Antonelli, who can't make the catch. That would have been an incredible grab by Antonelli, but he couldn't haul it in.
Yeah, Jake, that would have been a great catch by Antonelli right there. It would have had the Lions into Radnor territory, but it ended up being incomplete.
And I don't know about you, Bobby, but I like the call personally to take a shot to Antonelli. He was one-on-one. He had the height advantage. He just couldn't make the catch.
Yeah, so do I, Jake. Coach Andrew Pigeon right there made a pretty good call right there. One-on-one coverage. Antonelli couldn't handle it.
2nd and 10.
On second down, the give is, oh no, they fake it once again, and Chris Mills will keep it, and he gets across the 40-yard line. A nice job by Chris Mills to keep it himself because Caleb Mahalik was going to get blown up.
Yeah, got that right, Jake.
And we got a Pencrest player down on the field. So trainers will check on him. And in other Pencrest news, the Lady Lions soccer team winning 3-0 over Sun Valley last night in their district playoff game. And, of course, they didn't allow a single goal until the 11th game of the season. A really dominant team. And senior Carly Bayless on the soccer team said their only goal is to get to Hershey and to win in Hershey, meaning winning the state championship. A lot of confidence, huh?
Yeah, Jake. I mean, this girls' soccer team has been they've been one of the best teams in the Central League so far. Only allowed 1 goal in that Week 11 game, and the rest of them were all shutouts. This ladies' soccer team has been really good this season, and hope they make it to Hershey for the state championship.
That'd be pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, it would be, to bring home a championship to this Lions High School right here.
Meanwhile, the Pencrest player is still down. It's Nick Palomba, a senior offensive lineman, and let's hope he's all right.
Yeah, let's hope so, Jake. He's a big factor to this offensive line, keeping Mills and Mahalik from getting tackled or sacked for a lot of yards.
The down and distance, 3rd down and 6. 2 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Out of the shotgun, Mills fakes it to Mahalik. He's going to throw, and it is knocked away. It was Fahad Mansour who fumbled, or who almost fumbled a pass earlier in the game. Knocks the ball away, and it's 4th down.
That was pretty good thinking right there by Andrew Pigeon right there. You had Vinnie Brown open, couldn't make the catch, but the Radnor defense couldn't hang on and get the interception. It went right through his hands.
So for the 2nd time already in this quarter, Pencrest will go for it on 4th down. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Sav and Antonelli out wide, Vinnie Brown in the slot. Mills has a little bit of time, but can't get a throw off, and he's taken down. Aiden Dunn on the sack, and Radnor will get the ball back.
That was really good defense right there by the Radnor Raiders to stop this Pencrest offense from getting even further, and now they have the ball about like midfield.
Radnor's 3rd drive of the game, the last one they failed to convert on 4th down. This time they get the ball at midfield. Malarkey's in the gun. He gives it off, or he hands it off to Matt Cohen, and he picks up about 3. John Cosgrove on the tackle.
Give is to Matt Cohen up the middle.
I mean, so far for this Radnor offense, their run game has been pretty efficient so far. They had a big run game by Matt Cohen in their last drive they had, but couldn't convert it. And I would expect Coach Tom Ryan to keep running the ball with this Radnor offense.
Vern Harper and Jack Tringan are out wide for Radnor. Malarkey will throw it, and it's caught. It's Brandon Serbeck making the catch, and he's about 2 yards short of a first. Malarkey looking very accurate on his passes tonight.
Yeah, he's only had one incompletion tonight so far, Jake. He's been pretty efficient to his receivers so far tonight.
3rd and 3 for Radnor.
Radnor needs to get to the Pencrest 40 to pick up a first. They'll give it to Matt Cohen, and he can't get the first down. He only kicks up about a yard, and let's see what Radnor decides to do on 4th down.
Cohen on the carry.
That was another great drive by this Lions defense to make it another 1-2-3 and out for this Radnor offense.
So on 4th and 3, Radnor will elect to punt the ball away. Second punt of the game for Dylan Van Dusen. Vinnie Brown is back to receive. Less than 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. And a nice kick by Van Dugen. Vinnie Brown won't even try to field it, and it goes out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback.
So far, it's been a really good game so far. No team has scored. No team has scored. Like 36 seconds left in the first quarter.
Into the end zone.
Both teams are being really efficient. Radnor's offense is doing a pretty good job. Lions' offense is doing a good job, and the defense have done a pretty good job so far in this first quarter of play.
First out and 10. Pencrest has the ball at their own 20-yard line. They're going to go with an empty backfield. Chris Cello is the quarterback. They motion Mahalik. They give it to Mahalik, and he can't get anywhere. Uh-oh, and it looks like he lost the football. Let's see if he was down. Let's see what the refs say here. It looks like Radnor's got it if it's a fumble. And it's Pencrest football, but they won't run another play, as that will signal the end of the first quarter. Pencrest 0, Radnor 0. They'll start with the ball at the beginning of the second quarter. We'll see you in just a moment.
And at the end of 1 quarter of play, Pencrest 0, Radnor 0. Ladies and gentlemen, could you please direct your attention to the track as we recognize our girls soccer team. The Lady Lions recently won the program's first Central League Championship. And after defeating Sun Valley last night, will take on Pope John Paul II at home Monday at 7 p.m. Your ladies soccer players, Carly Bayless, Miranda Cropper, Corinne Gamber, Grace Harding, Megan McLaughlin, Catherine Mullaney, Logan O'Donnell, Carly Dunford, Juliana George, Sarah Hughes, Morgan King, Bryn McLaughlin, Logan Morris, Katie Sparling, Kenna Kelt, Julia Mullaney, Abigail Constantine, Kara Mullaney, Layla Phillips, and Shayna Polsky, your girls soccer team.
And we are back. The start of the second quarter. It's second down and 13. 2 men in the backfield for the Lions. They'll go with Mahalik, and he once again can't get anywhere. And it'll be third down and long. Caleb Mahalik struggling out of the gate.
Yeah, Jake, he hasn't had a lot of rushing yards tonight so far for this Lions offense.
And, of course, right after the break, our PA announcer, Mr. Del Prado, honoring the girls' soccer team. A much-deserved honoration as, of course, as we mentioned earlier, winning their playoff game and their first ever Central League championship. It's 3rd down and 11.
3rd and 11.
Pencrest will need to get to the Radnor 30-yard line for a first. Cello will keep it, and he will get sacked. It's Henry Collins who swallows up Chris Cello, and they're going to have to punt the ball away, give the ball back to Radnor.
The Lions' first 3 and out on tonight's game so far. Pretty good defense by Radnor right there to hold the Lions right there for a 3 and out.
So Teddy Gurton is back to receive for Radnor. Pencrest punting from their own end zone. And Radnor almost gets to them, but it's away. And it will be downed just across midfield and at Pencrest's own 44-yard line. Excuse me, their own 46.
Pretty good kick right there. Even though it's in Pencrest territory, it was still a pretty good kick. It wasn't short. It was pretty long. Pretty good kick right there.
First and 10. Ball on the 46.
Taylor Margolis is in the backfield this time. They're going to fake it, and it's Sean Malarkey who keeps the football and gets across the 45. He picks up about 4. Sean Malarkey's first run of the game, picking up positive yards.
Looks like both teams are starting to run with their quarterbacks right there. You have Mills and Cello for the Lions and Malarkey right there.
Vern Harper and Jameer Ryder are out wide. Sean Malarkey's in the gun for this 2nd down and 6. They're going to go with Taylor Margolis. And Margolis, a nice run to elude Pencrest defenders and gets to the Pencrest 30-yard line, a gain of about 12 yards.
That was a really good right there by the Radnor Raiders right there. Pretty good by their offensive line to be able to hold the Lions defense for them to get about to like the 30-some yard line.
It's going to be a pass fake, but they're going to go to Taylor Margolis, and Anthony Cupertino is not fooled, tackling Margolis for a loss.
Second tackle tonight right there for Anthony Cupertino.
By senior Anthony Cupertino.
And it was also for a pretty good loss. It was about a 3-yard loss. Good tackle right there by Cupertino.
Second and 13 for Radnor.
On 2nd down, Malarkey, play action. He can't get away, and he's sacked. It's John Cosgrove with his first sack and the 2nd sack total for Pencrest in the early going.
Big stop made by John Cosgrove.
2 really good defensive plays by this Lions defense. The 1 tackle for loss by Cupertino and the big sack right there by John Cosgrove. Making it a long 3rd down for this Radnor offense.
3rd and 19, and what play would you run here if you're Radnor? Are you still trying to pick up the first down, or just trying to get into better field position to maybe?
I think if I were Radnor, I'd just try and pick up some yards. Try not to do anything stupid.
Malarkey, he throws, and it's caught by Jameer Ryder, and Ryder just gets past the original line of scrimmage, and he gets down at about the 31. Chris Cello and Chris Mills being involved in that stop. And it's 4th down.
Pretty good drive so far by the Lions defense right there. They've had a couple 3 and outs. Good. So far, the Lions defense has been a pretty big impact to tonight's game so far.
4th down and 9, and Tom Ryan elects to go for it. Sean Malarkey in the gun, Taylor Margolis to his left. Pencrest going with a nickel defense. They're going deep. And it is caught by Vern Harper. And he's inside the 10-yard line. What a catch by Harper.
A really good pass there by Sean Malarkey to get it to Vern Harper to get it inside the Pencrest red zone.
Pass is complete to Vern Harper. Raiders pick up the first down.
So Vern Harper's first catch of the game, and it's a big one. It's going to be first down and goal at Pencrest 5.
Especially on a long 4th down.
First and a goal for Radnor. Ball on the 5.
They're going to fake it to Ryder, and Malarkey's in untouched for the Radnor touchdown.
Radnor touchdown.
And a great call by Tom Ryan. Nobody on Pencrest thought the ball was going to go to Malarkey, and it's 6-0.
The Lions defense got fooled right there, just like the Radnor offense did in the first quarter, handing it off to, thinking they were going to fake it to Ryder, but no, they fake it off to Malarkey, and Malarkey gets untouched for the touchdown for the Radnor Raiders right there.
Dylan Van Dusen is on for the extra point. Good snap. It's a good hold. The kick is drilled.
Dylan Van Dusen puts it through the upright.
So with 7 minutes, 19 seconds to go in the second quarter, it's 7-0 Radnor.
A really good drive by that Radnor offense to get downfield to score the touchdown, and especially converting on that long 4th and 9 to Vern Harper to set them up for the touchdown.
Well, that was a killer for us.
Yeah, it was.
So for Pencrest, G. Antonelli and Vinnie Brown are back at about their own 5-yard line. Van Dusen kicks it away. And the ball will be fielded by Antonelli at about his own 7. He's got a bit of space left to go. He crosses the 20. He crosses the 30. But then finally gets brought down to the 31-yard line.
Pretty good pickup right there by Antonelli to get into about the 31-yard line. Had a bit of blockers. Pretty good run right there by the special teams.
And on this drive, do you expect Pencrest to go with the same style of offense, or do you expect them to go more pass-oriented?
The way that the Radnor defense has been doing to this Pencrest running offense, I expect them to do a mixture of run and pass plays because this Radnor defense has been offset and been able to sack or tackle the Pencrest offense. So I expect them to do a mixture of plays.
On first down, Pencrest goes with the full house. They'll pitch it to Mahalik. And this time he gets some positive yards, but still not much. Picks up about 3.
The run right there by Mahalik, it was a really good run right there by Mahalik. Able to get through the blockers, so it wasn't a loss of yards. Was able to get through the blockers and was able to get about 3-4 yards on that last run right there.
2nd and 7.
On second down, Mahalik is out of the game. It's John Cosgrove as the running back. Mills being chased. He can't get a throwaway, and it's almost intercepted. It was Jack Connolly who nearly picked the ball off.
Pass is incomplete. Jack Connolly on the defense for Radnor.
The Radnor defense brought the house. Wasn't able to sack Mills. Almost had an interception, but was able to stop the play and make it an incompletion for this Lions offense.
Well, I have to admit, the Radnor defense is playing really well tonight.
Yes, they are, Jake. They have done really well, especially on the run game and the pass game.
3rd down and 7. Pencrest needs to get to their own 41. Chris Mills will throw it. He's going left side. It's tipped, and the pass is once again almost intercepted. It was Jack Tringen who nearly made the play. Incomplete, intended for Sam Sav.
Another 3 and out for this Lions offense. This Radnor defense is bringing the house tonight. They have done really well in these last 2 possessions. And this Pencrest is second, 3 and out.
So we just wanted to give you a quick update over last week's game versus Garden Valley and Springfield. Springfield coming out victorious, winning on the road 14-7 and clinching a share of the Central League title. A win against Haverford tonight would clinch them the outright Central League title. As the ball is downed at Pencrest's own 36-yard line, a very poor punt by Kevin Mills.
Yeah, Jake, that was not a really good punt right there by Kevin Mills. It was a really short punt. Spawn backwards, and now the Raiders have really good territory at like the Pencrest 37.
Radnor takes over, 1st and 10, ball on the 37.
Pencrest will go with a 4-3 defense. Malarkey fakes it to Cohen. He throws, and it's underthrown, intended for Jameer Ryder.
Pass is incomplete. Ryder, the intended receiver.
Not very good eye coordination from Malarkey to Ryder. Pretty sure
coverage for Pencrest.
Incomplete, but not a good start for this Raider offense.
And Malarkey being forced to throw on the run, couldn't throw it accurately. It's 2nd down and 10. They motion Ryder. And a flag is down.
Flag's down.
Let's see what the call is by the refs.
It looks like it may be a false start on Radnor.
Good ball. Full start. Offense. Guard penalty. Take 2nd down.
So it's 2nd down and 15 now after the false start penalty.
Right now, if I were Pencrest, I would bring the house. Try and rush. I would try and rush and try and get the sack, or try for another incompletion on Malarkey.
Result of the penalty brings up 2nd and 15.
Once again, Ryder in motion. This time they're going to give it to Matt Cohen, and it's Chris Cello making the tackle, and a flag is down right where the tackle was made.
Matt Cohen on the carry.
And I'm not really sure what this call is going to be. Bobby, what do you think?
I think it's going to be a late hit on the defense. If it was really right after the run, I think it's going to be a late hit, and it's going to give Radnor a 1st down.
Holding. Offense. 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
So 2 plays and 2 penalties for Radnor. And it will go back into their own territory. It's 2nd down and 25.
Yeah, so far not a good start for this Radnor offense. Having 2 penalties, false start, and a holding on this offense. Not a pretty good start for this Radnor offense on this drive.
Well, oddly, the ball was never moved back. I find that, once again, I find that a bit odd. Malarkey's in the gun. It's 2nd down and 19. They gave this to Matt Cohen, and he can't get anywhere.
Cohen up the middle.
Pretty good stop right there by the Lions defense to stop Cohen from getting another big rush. So far, pretty good job by the Lions defense to stop the Radnor offense.
Clock is running, just about 5 minutes to go in the half.
They're really using advantage of these penalties to stop this Radnor offense to get down the field further than they are now.
Well, last week was Pencrest committing a lot of penalties. This time it's Radnor. And looks like Radnor's going to call a timeout.
Timeout. Radnor. That's 1st and half.
Well, if I were Tom Ryan right now, you have 3rd and 18, a long 3rd down. I would try and go for either a pass, a slant, or even a screen to either Cohen, Ryder, or Harper, because they've been 3 of their most efficient players for this Radnor offense so far.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the sometimes entertaining and sometimes appropriate Pencrest Dog Pound.
Well, it's 3rd down and 18.
Led by senior
The ball is
Dan
on Radnor's
Briglia.
45-yard line. They're going to go with 4 wide receivers, no tight ends, and 1 running back with a motion out to the slot. So an empty backfield for Sean Malarkey. And he throws. It's caught by Vern Harper, but nowhere near a 1st down.
Pass is complete
And
to
it looks
Vern
like Radnor
Harper.
will have to punt.
Not a really good possession right there
Good
by the
backing,
Radnor
stop.
Raiders, having 2 big penalties, pushing it back into their own territory, and not able to converting it on the long 3rd down.
So Vinnie Brown is the lone man back for Pencrest, standing on about his own 10-yard line. Oh, it's nearly blocked. And it will go, oh, it won't reach the end zone. It'll be out of bounds at about the 2-yard line. So terrible field position to start out for Pencrest.
Yeah, that's right, Jake. In your
Ball is
own
out of
in your
bounds
own
on the
territory
4-yard
at the
line.
2-yard line, you got to get some breathing room. You got to get some run plays and you got to get some pass plays to get some breathing room for this offense right here. Because this Radnor defense has been pretty efficient tonight.
First and 10 for Pencrest. Ball on their own, a 4-yard
So
line.
Chris Mills will start out in his own end zone. The give. It looks like it's to Caleb Mahalik, and he gets stuffed for no gain.
Mahalik up the middle, minimal gain.
And on second and 10 from your own 4-yard line, Bobby, what do? Do you run or you pass?
I would pass. You're at your own 4-yard line. I know they have a chance of them getting a chance for a sack and a safety for this Radnor defense, but they got to pass the ball and get some breathing room for this offense.
Radnor's in the nickel. Mills, he's going deep. Left side for Sam Sav, and it's just underthrown, and Sav couldn't make the adjustment for the catch.
That would have been a great catch right there by
Pass
Sam
is
Sav,
incomplete.
but the
Sam
defense
Sav
by the
being
Radnor
the
Raider
receiver.
was on the whole time. Good D by the Raiders to stop Sam Sav from getting the Pencrest 2-yard line.
Sam Sav, another senior, and a lot of the Pencrest offense is seniors. So we'll be disappointed to see them go after this year.
Yeah, you have a lot of seniors on this team, Jake. You have a mixture of players, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. A lot of seniors have gone passes and runs tonight so far with this Lions offense.
Well, we'll be disappointed to see you go too, Bobby. It's 3rd down and 10. Mills just fakes it to Mahalik, and he'll keep it himself. And he's short of the 10-yard line of Pencrest,
Mills on the
and they'll
quarterback
have to
keeper.
punt. So not a very good possession at all for the Lions.
No, another 3-and-out, Jake. Their 3rd straight 3-and-out in the 2nd quarter. Coach Andrew Pigeon has to make some adjustments around halftime.
Kevin Mills will punt. Gerton is back, standing at about the Pencrest 40. Uh-oh. He gets it away. And bouncing ball. Nobody touches it. And it's down at Pencrest, looks like 46-yard line. So good starting field position for Lower Merion with 2 minutes, 38 seconds to go in the half.
Ladies and gentlemen, earlier today, the Pencrest
You mean
boys and girls
Radnor.
cross-country teams were in action at the district meet. Congratulations to Avery Lederer and Pat Theveney, who will represent the Lions at the state cross-country championships. Let's hear it for Avery Lederer and Pat Theveney.
Riders in motion. They go to Matt Cohen once again. And Matt Cohen's got a big hole and picks up a first down in about 7 more yards. And he gets to the Pencrest 30.
On the run for Radnor. Cosgrove on the stop for Pencrest.
Really good stop by the Radnor offensive line for Cohen to be able to get that big gain and to get even further into Pencrest territory.
A new set of downs for Radnor. 4 defensive backs for the Lions. They fake it to Ryder, and Sean Malarkey will keep the football, and Malarkey gets inside the 10, inside the 5, and he goes all the way to the end zone for the touchdown. Sean Malarkey with a huge run, and he scores his 2nd touchdown of the game on the ground. It's 13-0.
Wow, what a night so far for Sean Malarkey. 2 rushes, 37 yards, 2 touchdowns. Almost averaging about almost 15 yards a carry.
So 32 yards on the rush, and the extra point is good.
Van Dusen connects for the extra point. 14-0 Radnor.
And a beautifully executed fake by Malarkey, too.
Yeah, you got that right, Jake. The Pencrest defense thought it was going to get handed to Cohen or Ryder. Nope. Malarkey runs it up the middle for the 32-yard touchdown for the Radnor offense.
So, of course, there's still plenty of time in this game. There's no need to panic if you're a Pencrest player or coach. But, again, Radnor building up their lead slowly.
Yeah, you still have 2:11 left. You're about to get the ball back. Try and get a nice drive. Try and get in the Radnor territory, and at least try and get the points on this board to make it either a 14-point game or a 7-point game. Excuse me, 11-point game.
Van Duyn will kick the football away. Once again, it's Antonelli and Vinnie Brown back. This time, no, Vinnie Brown will not field it. And the ball will be dead in their own end zone, which means they'll get the ball at the 20. So much more ideal starting field position on this drive versus the last one.
Yeah, Jake, I mean, last drive they started at their own 2-yard line, couldn't convert, and they have better field position at their own 20.
So 2:11 to go, 14-0 Radnor. Pencrest has all 3 of their timeouts remaining. They bring 4. Mills will throw, and it's intercepted. It's Gurton, and Teddy Gurton will get across the 20-yard line. And there's a flag down right at about the 14 or at the 16-yard line. But a terrible throw by Chris Mills. There was no Pencrest wide receiver even near that.
He just threw right to Gurton right there. Literally passed right to Gurton, was right to him. No line offensive lineman, right? No line offense anywhere. Right to the Radnor Raider.
So the first turnover of the game for Pencrest. Gurton with a couple of catches and the interception.
Personal foul on Black. 15-yard penalty. The end of the run. First down. Radnor.
So the interception will still count. They'll just get the ball on Pencrest 30-yard line.
The Lions defense has been on the field a lot tonight, Jake. I have a feeling they're pretty tired right now.
You're right. So the refs are discussing something with some of the Radnor coaches.
Yeah, I mean, not sure what's going on. Wonder if they're warning Coach Ryan about the personal foul that happened on the last play.
Remember, last week's game was very testy. We even had a player ejected from that game.
Yeah, Jake Quinn.
And remember, he had a really good game. Too.
Yeah, he did. He had a couple of tackles last week against that Lower Marion offense.
It's 1st down and 10 now at Pencrest 30. Malarkey will throw. He's going deep for Harper again, but he's out of bounds and couldn't make the catch anyway. So they try that for the second time, and this time the throw is inaccurate and Pencrest was on it.
Yeah, Jake, the way that pass was thrown, it wouldn't have been caught. It would have been incomplete because both of his feet would have been out of bounds, even if he did catch it.
Vinny Brown on the coverage.
Girton and Ryder in the slot.
Second
Harper is
and 10
out
for
wide.
Radnor.
A flag's down on the
down.
play.
Looks like maybe another false start on Radnor once again.
Well, the band's at the right end of the field getting ready to get on the field to perform at halftime.
Foul. Snap infraction on the offense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
A lot of penalties in this first half for this Radnor offense right here.
Ball on the 35.
2nd down and 15. The give is to Marganis, and he has a really nice gain. And a Pencrest player just shoved the Radnor offensive lineman down. No penalties called.
They gotta have a big gem right there, Jake. The way that he threw that player could have been an automatic 15 yards for roughing the player, and it would have been a Radnor 1st down.
Yeah, I'm surprised the personal foul wasn't called there. 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7.
Pencrest brings a blitz. Malarkey gets it away. It's caught by Girton, and Girton goes in for the touchdown. So Teddy Girton makes the interception and catches a touchdown pass of 28 yards. It's 20-0 with 1 minute and 6 seconds remaining in the half.
It looks like this Raider offense is just stepping on the pedal now, Jake. 21 points in this first half for this Radnor offense. 2 good runs by Sean Malarkey, and that pass right there.
It's good. So Pencrest will get this drive right here, and they will get the ball to start the second half.
1 minute, 6 seconds remaining in the half.
The score is 21-0. Pencrest still has all their timeouts. And a half that actually started out really well for Pencrest has turned sour as it goes on.
Yeah, they held the Radnor offense to no points in the first quarter. The defense couldn't handle them in the second quarter, giving up 21 points. 2 of them being rushing touchdowns by Malarkey, and then the 1 catch by the wide receiver.
You're right, Sean Malarkey only ran the ball 3 times in this game, but's already scored 2 touchdowns.
He's been pretty efficient for this Radnor offense so far.
And the kick is dropped by Antonelli for a moment, but picked up. Let's see what Antonelli can do with it. A nice return. Antonelli! Oh, he fumbles the football. Let's see if Pencrest fell on it. And they did. And if he evaded that one man, he was gone.
Out across
Yeah,
the
you got
35-yard
that right,
line,
Jake.
it's G. Antonelli.
Especially him dropping the ball near the 10-yard line. He was still able to pick it up and get it to the Pencrest 40. That was really good by G. Antonelli. And you're right, Jake. If he did avoid him, he was going for the touchdown.
G. Antonelli Jr. also plays on Pencrest basketball team. It's 1st down and 10. He's out wide to the left. Mills rolls right immediately, being chased. He gets away from him. He'll keep it himself. And he finally gets tackled. It's Kieran Sheridan making the
Mills
stop.
brought down by Kieran Sheridan.
So 39 seconds to go, and Pencrest will call a timeout.
Timeout. Pencrest. That was their first timeout of the half.
So with 39 seconds to go, do you expect them to still be aggressive and try to score, or do you think they're just going to take it to the second half?
Well, the way that they started off with a great kick return by Antonelli. Loss of 1 on that run play by Chris Mills. I would try and go for some points right here. You're down 21-0. I mean, at least try and get it at least in the field goal territory. Try to kick a field goal and make it an 18-point game. You have 2 timeouts left, about 39 seconds. If they can get a nice run or a nice pass into Radnor territory, I could expect them to try and get some points on the board.
Second and 11 for Pencrest.
Ball on Pencrest's own 38-yard line. Low snap, and Mills falls on it. And he'll be down at his own 30.
Mills recovers the football.
Pencrest will not call a timeout. The clock is running, under 30 seconds to go.
It looks like they're just going to take it into the second half.
Yep, the Andrew Pigeon will not call a timeout. And that will take us to halftime. So the score is 21-0 Radnor Raiders. Radnor quarterback Sean Malarkey with 2 rushing touchdowns. After that second touchdown, they get an interception by Teddy Gurton, and then on the next drive, he scores a touchdown. So after a performance by the Roaring Lions marching band, we'll see you for the start of the second half.
I messed up a lot too. I messed up a couple times.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pencrest High School and the Rose Tree Media School District proudly present the Pencrest Roaring Lions Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Craig Snyder, Assistant Director, Drill Designer and Arranger, Alan Reno, Color Guard Coordinator, Leanne Fields, Percussion Coordinator, William Bluebow, Music and Visual Assistants, Alex Scully, Kelly Webster, and Martin Holohan, Guard Assistants, Kimberly Kindon, Angie Mascaro, and Brian Rosa, Percussion Assistants, Tim Keegan and David Hearn. Your drum majors are Erica Westcott and Robbie Marilatz. The Pencrest Roaring Lions are pleased to perform their 2017 field show, Hidden Symmetry, featuring music by Jenny Wood, Tantric, Alan Reno, and Andra Day. For the last time in 2017 at Lewis Scott Field, ladies and gentlemen, the Pencrest Roaring Lions Marching Band! Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we recognize and celebrate the achievements of our Pencrest Roaring Lions seniors. Over the last 4 years, these individuals have dedicated themselves to the Pencrest Band. Through their efforts, our band has been recognized as a superior program both locally and nationally. They have won championships in marching band, concert band, wind ensemble, indoor percussion ensemble, indoor color guard, and jazz bands. They have traveled to Tampa, New York, and Boston, and have enhanced the reputation of our school and our community. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for all of our senior band members. And let's hear it for our senior color guard members. Our first senior is Emma Algren. Emma is being escorted by Catherine Monty and Steve Albrin. Our next senior is Helen Bars. She is escorted by Maria Wadenchek and Peter Bars. Our next senior is Juliet Birch, escorted by Richard and Gina Birch. Up next, Nils Brundon, escorted by Kurt Brundon and Sherry Beecher. Our next senior, Tyler Chavinoy, escorted by Margaret O'Neill and Greg Chavinoy. Up next, Rachel Corner, escorted by Mike and Nancy Corner. Our next senior, Charlotte Croquette, escorted by Ann and Mark Croquette. Up next, Anna D'Antonio, escorted by Vincent and Rhonda D'Antonio. Up next, Austin Daggy, escorted by Brian and Patricia Daggy. Our next senior, Sydney Goldberg, escorted by Addie and Andrew Goldberg. Our next senior, Christopher Jackson, escorted by Kurt and Tracy Jackson. Up next, Jordan Kaplan, escorted by Rich and Bonnie Kaplan. Our next senior, Abigail Kleiman, escorted by Amy and David Kleiman. Our next senior, Bryn Colmansberger, escorted by Jack and Cassie Colmansberger. Our next senior, Andrea Maltman, escorted by Janice Eage. Up next, Patrick Lawrence, escorted by Dave and Mary Lawrence. Our next senior, Chris McAvoy, escorted by Mary Beth and Kyle McAvoy. Our next senior, Dora McCafferty, escorted by Terry Skay and Joe McCafferty. Our next senior, Andrew McManaman, escorted by Michael and Kim McManaman. Our next senior, Garrett Mayo, escorted by Gary and Anne Marie Mayo. Our next senior, Robbie Marilat, escorted by Jay and Jackie Marilat. Our next senior is Neil Patel, escorted by Rakesh and Hatal Patel. Up next, Adrienne Poisson, escorted by Mary and Matthew Poisson. Up next is Evan Rosenberg, escorted by Eric Rosenberg. Our next senior is Natalie Sheridan, escorted by Luke and Kathy Sheridan. Up next is senior Lindsay Smith, escorted by Kristen and Jerry Smith. Our next senior is Liam Fevity, escorted by Elisa and Paul Fevity. Our next senior is David Tomlinson, escorted by Stephen and Donna Tomlinson. Our next senior is Erica Westcott, escorted by Venus and Chris Westcott. And our final senior is Alexander Wynn, escorted by Jeannie and David Wynn. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for the best that Pencrest has to offer, our senior band and senior color guard members.
And welcome back to the second half of Pencrest versus Radnor. In case you're just joining us, here's a quick recap of how the first half went down. Radnor quarterback Sean Malarkey just 3 rushes on the game, but 2 rushing touchdowns. One of 5 yards and the second one of 32 yards. On the ensuing drive, Pencrest quarterback Chris Mills threw an interception to Teddy Gurton, who proceeded to score the touchdown on the drive right after that. So the score right now is 21-0. Pencrest will get the ball to start the second half. And Bobby, how do the Lions get back into it?
Well, Jake, I have a feeling that the Lions need to get back in this game. They need to start running a little bit more, and they gotta start completing passes. They gotta start catching more balls, and they gotta keep doing what they've been doing. They gotta keep up with the defense and just keep doing what they did in the first half.
Do you think they're going to need to have a productive and successful drive right now?
Yes, they do, Jake. Even though it's about to be the start of this the third quarter, yeah, you're down by 21. You gotta try and score here.
Dylan Van Dusen will kick the ball off to start the second half for Radnor and Pencrest. G. Antonelli and Vinnie Brown are back to receive the kick.
Van Dusen, the kickoff to start the second half.
Student section getting ready. Van Dugen getting ready to kick the ball away, and the second half is underway. The ball is fielded by Vinnie Brown, who cuts to the middle of the field, and he lost the football, and Radnor recovers it. So on the first kickoff of the second half, Vinnie Brown fumbles the football, and Radnor has it inside Pencrest 20-yard line. A horrible way to start the second half.
Yeah, Jay, that's another bad miscue by the Lions special teams right there. I mean, you had the fumble right there, and then you had the interception earlier in the first half by Chris Mills. Turnovers have been a big impact for Pencrest.
So Radnor starts off in the red zone at Pencrest, looks like 12-yard line. Malarkey's in the gun. Cohen's to his right. Jameer Radnor in the slot. They motion him. They go to Matt Cohen, who's got a bit of space, and he breaks the tackle. He's in for the touchdown. So on the first play of the drive, already in the red zone, Matt Cohen scores, and it's 27-0. And poor tackling by the Pencrest Lions defense.
Yeah, Jake, I mean, just letting Matt Cohen able to get through the defensive line right into that end zone untouched.
Matt Cohen, a junior running back, 5'9", 160 pounds. His first touchdown of the game, as Van Dugen's extra point is good.
Van Dusen in for the extra point.
Excuse me, Van Dusen.
This Lions team was hoping for a great possession on their first drive. Turns out to be a miscue, and it turns out to be a great start for the Radnor offense.
And 28-0. I know there's still a lot of time left in this game, but it's starting to get out of hand already.
Yeah, it is, Jake. I mean, a fumble on the special teams to set up Radnor for that 14-yard run for a touchdown. Had an interception earlier that led to a touchdown. 2 turnovers that turned into 2 touchdowns for this Radnor offense.
So Pencrest needing to do something on this drive right here after coughing the ball up on special teams and allowing a touchdown in one play. Just 16 seconds have run off the clock in this half. Vinnie Brown catches it this time, fields at his own 8, and Vinnie Brown getting a bit of yardage and gets tackled down at the 22-yard line.
Austin Stanley on the stop.
So Pencrest starts off with the football in the second half now, and Caleb Mahalik struggled a bit. Do you think he'll bounce back, or do you think the struggles may end up continuing?
Well, for this Lions offense, they really hope that Mahalik does get out to a good start in the second half. I expect him to be a big impact because he was last week, but I mean, it could be different this week, but hopefully he gets some big yards in this second half.
And a flag is thrown. 2 flags, actually.
Flags down.
Might be a legal motion on Vinnie Brown. Let's see what the
do you
call
got?
is, though.
What do you got? Hey, offense. Good ball. Full start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
So right now, not what you want at all if you're Andrew Pigeon from your team to start off the second half.
Yeah, your first possession. It's false start on the offense already.
First down and 15. The ball is at Pencrest's 18-yard line. Vinnie Brown in motion to the left. The snap, they fake it to Mahalik. It's caught by Vinnie Brown. And he gets
Pass is complete
back
Vinnie
to
Brown.
about the original line of scrimmage, picking up about 5 yards. John Cosgrove will come into the
Kyle
game now.
Ellis on
Aiden
the
Kami
stop.
will come out.
That was a good pass right there from Mills to Vinnie Brown to get them out of a long second down at 2nd and 9. It'd be like if you just get a 1-yard pass or a 1-yard run.
Second and 9.
The pass from Chris Mills is over the head of G. Antonelli.
Antonelli.
He
the
had him
intended receiver.
open. Mills just couldn't connect.
It looked like the way Chris Mills threw that ball, it looked like it went a little bit too far for Antonelli to get the catch. Overthrew him a little bit on that last throw.
So Chris Mills, who played exceptionally well last week, as I mentioned before, he's been struggling with some of his throws. Missing that throw right there. He missed another open throw earlier in the game, and he threw a horrible
Third and 9 for the
interception.
Lions.
So it's 3rd and 9. Pencrest will need to get to their own 33-yard line for a first. Mills being pressured. He throws high, and he throws it away.
Pass is incomplete. Brings up 4th down for Pencrest.
So it's a 3 and out, and Radnor will get the ball already for the second time in this half.
That's been a lot of Pencrest's miscues tonight, a lot of 3 and outs tonight so far, and letting Radnor have really good field position. They got to change that. They got to try and do better on these opening drives.
Kevin Mills' punt will be fielded at about their own 40 or 46-yard line.
Ladies and gentlemen, in his final appearance at Lewis Scott Field, we would like to recognize multi-sport manager extraordinaire. Let's hear it for Noah Hummel.
So Vinnie Brown, Chris Mills, Eric Arufo, and Nick Beneke are the defensive backs. Malarkey's in the gun. A running play. It's Margulis, I should say, and he picks up a first down, getting to the Pencrest 35-yard line.
Margolis on the carry, Mills on the stop.
This run game tonight by this Radnor offense has been a really big impact. They've had great runs from the running backs and their quarterbacks. I expect them to keep running the ball. It's been really efficient for them tonight so far.
Radnor doing on the ground exactly what Pencrest did to Lower Marion.
Yeah, Jake, I mean, Malarkey, Ryder, and Cohen having pretty good nights for this offense.
1st and 10 for the Raiders. It's a handoff, and this time he gets stopped. It was Cupertino and Chris Cho, I should say, on the tackle.
Pretty good stop right there by that Lions defense to hold Cohen right there for a loss.
Mills and Cello on the stop.
And it gives them a little bit of a motivational boost right there.
2nd and 11.
On 2nd down, they're going to go with Jameer Ryder on the end around, and he picks up a nice gain and gets to the Pencrest 30, setting up a 3rd down and about 3. Or never mind, 4th down and 3.
Yeah, pretty good run right there by Ryder, but just a little short on the 1st down.
Devin Delvicio on the stop.
So I was correct originally. It is 3rd down. The ball is on Pencrest 30-yard line. Radnor needs to get to the 26. Ryder in motion. They go with Margulis, and a nice play. Tackle him in the backfield is Chris Mills, stopping him short of a 1st down.
Yeah, really good tackle by Chris Mills to stop Margulis to get a big game for this Radnor offense. Good stop by this defense.
So Tom Ryan elects to go for it on 4th down. From the gun, Malarkey throws quickly. It's caught. And that's Kyle Addis getting all the way down to the 10-yard line. A ton of yards after the catch by Addis, his 1st of the game.
Yeah, pretty good vision right there by Malarkey to get it to Addis for the Raider 1st down on that short 4th and 4.
So the 5'11" senior is co-captain of the Raiders football team. They fake it to Ryder. They're going to keep it with Malarkey. Oh, and he gets decked. What a hit. You could hear from up here. It's Chris Mills laying the boom.
Yeah, you got that right, Jake. You could probably hear that from a mile away, that hit right there. Pretty good stop by that defense right there by Chris Mills.
And Malarkey's shaking up on the play. I can't blame him as Radnor calls a timeout. I mean, it's a clean hit, but he got absolutely creamed.
Yeah, he did, Jake. That was a really clean hit by Chris Mills, but I mean,
ladies and gentlemen, we have
Malarkey just got killed right there.
Get your blue tickets out. Here's the number: 244 5791. 244 5791. If you have the winning ticket, please see Mr. Jacobs in the press box. Thank you.
So 2nd down and 6, 7.5 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. The ball's on Pencrest 7.
And it looks like a new quarterback out there right now, Jake.
Actually, they're going to go with no quarterback here. Or they're going to go with Teddy Gurton at quarterback. They fake it, and it's Gurton running with the football up the middle and gets to the 4-yard line of a gain of about 3. So with Sean Malarkey being shaken up on the sidelines, they're going to go with Teddy Gurton right now. Interesting call by Tom Ryan.
Yeah, you got that right, Jake. I mean, they just handed the ball off to Gurley right there, sent him right up the middle.
So Sean Malarkey will come back in after being on the sidelines for just one play. Third and 2. Malarkey throws. End zone, it's incomplete, intended for Harper. So it's 4th down and 2.
Incomplete. Vern Harper, the intended receiver.
Well, if I were Tom Ryan right now, it's 4th and 2. You're on the Lions 3-yard line. I do a run up the middle with either Malarkey, Conan, or even Ryder. Been a very efficient running team for this team right now.
And personally, I find it a bit confusing that they're not going for the field goal right here, especially up 28-0. Why not just take some points?
I mean, you're not lying, Jake. They should, but They just want to step on our
4th and
throats.
2.
They give it to Margulis, and looks like he's short of the first down. A nice defensive stop by Pencrest.
Yeah, got that right, Jake.
Margolis on the carry.
Really good stop right there by the Lions defense. But they're not going to have really good field position.
Pencrest takes over on down.
But hey, it's better than them converting on 4th down.
Yeah, that's right, Jake. I mean, it's better than them scoring a touchdown. I mean, they got the ball back. Good stop by the defense to hold the Radnor offense.
On 1st down, Caleb Mahalik gets the football and gets across the 5-yard line.
Mahalik across the 5-yard line.
So Caleb Mahalik not able to do too much tonight, but they're going to keep giving the football down 28-0.
I mean, yeah, they have to do something with this football right here. That you can't keep giving up turnovers to this Radnor defense, because their offense has been pretty good so far tonight. They got to do something here on this drive.
2nd and 7, Chris Cello is in at quarterback now after the 2-yard pickup. They're going to fake it to Mahalik, and Chris Cello will keep it. He gets to about the 8.
Pretty good run game so far
Cello
by
up the middle.
Cello and by Mahalik. 3rd and short. If I were Coach Pigeon, I'd go for either a screen or a slant, and try and get some big yards on a pass play from Cello or Mills.
3rd and 5 for the Lions.
So a crucial 3rd down for Pencrest. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Mills fakes it to Mahalik. He throws. It's caught by Kami. And Aiden Kami has got some space in front of him. He crosses the 35. He crosses the 40, and a flag is down. A huge catch and run by Aiden Kami. His first of the game.
You got that right, Jake. That was a really good pass right there from Cello to Aiden Kami right there to get to about the Pencrest 40, 41-yard line.
And we got another flag right here.
It could be unsportsmanlike conduct.
So we had a flag that was thrown when Radnor made a tackle, but then a second flag was thrown after the play had ended.
It may have been unsportsmanlike conduct.
Well, it might be offsetting penalties here. Let's see. Is the ref motion at the Pencrest bench?
Yeah.
And
Hold on white. That's going to be 10 yards. There's 5 a foul. Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct. White fence. 15-yard penalty.
And the Boo Birds are up from the student section as Pencrest will be moved all the way back, basically.
I mean, I don't blame them for booing, Jake. Both penalties, both on Pencrest for 25 yards. Literally, they're literally back where they started, where they had that nice completion to Kami.
So after those penalties, Pencrest will get the ball on their own 15. Radnor in the nickel defense. The ball goes to Chris Mills, and he fights for a few extra yards, picking up about 5.
Mills up the middle.
Pretty good run there by Chris Mills to get half of the yards that they need at their own 21. They got to try and get at least half or at least 6 yards to carry, because down by a huge margin, and that penalty cost them a lot.
2nd and 5.
The ball goes to Caleb Mahalik, and he doesn't get much. A gain of only about a yard or 2.
That's Mary Linville peddling hot dogs for $1 a piece.
So 4.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. And Pencrest hasn't done anything so far to answer this big deficit
Mary
they
Linville,
were
Mr.
faced with
Kaiser wants
entering the
2
second
hot
half.
dogs.
3rd down and 2. 3 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. Mills will keep it himself. Fights for extra yards. And I think he may have gotten the first down of that second effort. A great hustle play by Chris Mills.
Yeah, you got that right,
Mills
Jake.
on
That
the
was
keeper.
a really good hustle right there.
Jack Connolly on the stop.
Even for himself to even to tackle the blockers, for him to even get more yards to make it 1st and 10.
So they're not going to go with the measurement. The refs are just going to
Lions
give them
pick
the
up
first down.
1st and 10, ball on the 26.
Out of the shotgun, Chris Mills will throw it. He's looking, and he's got a man. It's Sam Sav, picking up 20 yards down to the 49.
Pass is complete to senior Sam Sav.
And a nice throw by
21
Chris
yard
Mills,
gain for
connecting
Pencrest.
with fellow senior Sam Sav.
That 22-yard
Yeah, you got that right, Jake. 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. They convert the short 3rd down, get 22 yards to Sav. Great completion right there from Mills to Sav.
Mills will throw it again. And it's a low throw, and the pass is incomplete, intended for Aiden Kami.
Pass is complete to Aiden Conley.
Oh, they're going to say it was complete. So in that case, it gained him 3 yards.
That was a pretty close call on that play, Jake, but, I mean, the Lions will take it. I mean, instead of it being 2nd and 10, they get 2nd and 7.
Mills in the shotgun, play action, and the pass is batted down as he was
Pass
getting
is incomplete.
hit. That was Jack Connolly on the hit.
Broken up by Kyle Addis.
Well, I mean, you have a like long to medium-ish 3rd down. If I were Coach Pigeon, I'd try and go for another pass, like they did on the last third and short.
3rd and 7, which pretty much a must convert for the Lions at this point.
3rd and 7.
Chris Mills will throw it. He steps up, he fires, and it's incomplete, too high for G. Antonelli.
Pass is incomplete. Antonelli. the
And another
intended
poor
receiver.
throw by Chris Mills. And it's 4th down.
Yeah, he's had a few of those tonight, Jake. He's had a few high passes to open receivers. The receivers just couldn't get the ball. They just couldn't catch it.
And G. Antonelli is a tall person, too. So,
Yeah, he is. He's about 6 foot. I thought he could have actually had that pass, but it looked like Chris Mills overthrew him just a little bit too much.
4th down and 7. Not at all surprised that they're going to go for it. 3 receivers to Chris Mills left. He'll throw it. He's stepping up. He's firing right side for Antonelli. He hauls it in. What a catch by G. Antonelli over 2 players. It's 1st down and goal for the Lions.
39-yard pass play for Pencrest. They pick up the 1st down.
39 yards on the pass play.
What a great pass right there from Chris Mills to G. Antonelli, especially on a 4th and 7. What a great catch by Antonelli right there to get them into Radnor red zone.
So the first trip to the red zone of the night for the Lions. Let's see if they can punch the football into the end zone. Mills will throw it again. He's going deep right side end zone. It is caught for the touchdown. It's G. Antonelli in the right corner of the end zone. What a catch once again by G. Antonelli.
Yeah, got that right, Jake. 48 yards on 2 catches for Antonelli right there for the Lions touchdown.
And the Lions have life.
Yes, they do, Jake. Even though they're down by 21, they got some points on the board for this team.
And 2 great throws from Chris Mills.
Mills in for the extra point.
So Kevin Mills will be on for the extra point. Nick Beneke will be the holder.
Offside on the defense. Half the distance. Try for point.
So as the ball is moved up 1 yard, the extra point will be 18 yards. Bad snap. The kick is blocked. But the play is dead. It's not like in college and the NFL when a blocked kick can be returned for 2 points. In high school, once it's blocked, it's dead. But it's 28-6. So a bad snap leads to a blocked kick.
Well, I mean, at least the Lions got on the board. They got their first touchdown of the night. Terrible to see that the kick got blocked, but they at least got some points on the board. Well, right now, if I were Coach Pigeon, even though you're down by 22, I try for the onside kick and hope for this defense to try and get the ball back to the Lions' office, get back on the field.
I don't know if you want to do it this early, but it's definitely something that Coach Andrew Pigeon has to think about at this point.
Yeah, you're down by 22. You have about 14
Attention,
minutes
Mr.
left.
Hazard says the hot dogs were very good.
I mean, the chance they could do it. It's a risk they can go for, but let's just see what happens.
So it's Najee Fowler and Jameer Ryder back for Radnor. The kick's away. It'll be fielded by Najee. Wait. A big return as he gets upended across the 40-yard line. That was Najee Fowler.
Pretty good kick there by Kevin Mills, but a pretty good kick return right there by Najee Fowler to get to about the Radnor 41, 42-yard line.
Fowler on the return.
So Radnor gets the football back, their third drive of the half, with just over 2 minutes to go in the quarter. They go with a tight set to start, 2 men in the backfield. The handoff goes to Matt Cohen as he gets across the 45, a pickup of 6, or 5 I should say.
Mills and Antonelli on the stop.
So far tonight, Matt Cohen has been a pretty big factor to this Radnor offense. The run game, and even Sean Miralich has been really good for this Raider offense.
2nd and 5.
On 2nd down, heavy pressure sent by Pencrest as the run is stuffed by Taylor Margulis.
That's John Cosgrove on the stop for Pencrest.
Pretty good tackle right there by John Cosgrove to stop the run by Maragos to get the driving further for the Raider run game.
And that would be really big if Pencrest could stop him on this 3rd down right here.
Yeah, that would be a huge stop for this Lions defense. Down by 22, it'd be a great stop. Hopefully they get the ball back and score.
3rd down, this time they got a receiver out wide, still 2 men in the backfield from Malarkey. They go to Matt Cohen, and Cohen gets outside, and he's got a 1st down.
Matt Cohen up the middle.
Finally gets tackled about the 47.
Raiders pick up the
A
first
nice
down.
hard run by Matt Cohen.
Cosgrove and Beneke on the stop.
Matt Cohen, man, he's had a really good night for this Raiders run game. I mean, he's had some pretty good runs. He's had some at least 15-plus yard runs and some short runs, but he's been a big factor to this run game for this Radnor offense.
25 seconds to go in the quarter. Malarkey hands the ball off to Cohen once again,
Cohen
and he
up the
gets to
middle.
the 40-yard line.
Cosgrove on the stop.
So that will be
Ladies
the
and
last
gentlemen,
play
we'd
of
like
the
to give a
third
very
quarter.
special shout out
The score,
to our
28-6, Radnor
Springfield
Raiders on
Middle
top.
School football program.
The second half started out disastrously for Pencrest, muffing the kickoff and then allowing a touchdown on the very first play of the first drive for Radnor. But they ended off the second half, well, they ended off the third quarter, I should say, very well, with two beautiful throws from Chris Mills to Jay Antonelli.
Will Steiner, Sterling Crawford, Cameron Vaughn, Mason Peck, Kevin Mills, Brian Loper, Peter Carway, Anthony Coppertino, Austin Hines, Matthew Johnston, and Joey Talone. Let's hear it for our Springton Lake football program.
So at the beginning of the fourth quarter, Radnor has the football at Pencrest 40-yard line. It's 2nd down and 3. Sean Malarkey hands the football off to Matt Cohen for the third consecutive time. And he picks up a first down, getting across the Pencrest 35.
Matt Cohen on his shot for this Raider offense has gotten 3 consecutive first down runs for this Raider offense.
Yep, he's slowly but surely been eating this Pencrest defense up.
He's being like Kale Mahalik for the Lions last week, how he did last week for this Lions offense.
Absolutely. And Radnor, of course, content to take their sweet little time. No need to hurry. They have a 22-point lead. And it looks like Radnor will call a timeout.
That's a timeout. Radnor.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Pencrest varsity cheerleaders will host their first trunk or treat event next Saturday. Check that, that's this Saturday, October 28th in the faculty parking lot for children in costume in grades 5 and under. Please see one of the cheerleaders for more information or pick up a flyer near the snack bar. Thank you for supporting the cheerleaders on their road to nationals. One more time, trunk or treat this Saturday, October 28th.
Pretty interesting name for that, Jake, right?
Yeah.
Trunk or tree.
Absolutely. So a new set of downs for Radnor. They're going to go with, looks like, 8 guys on the line of scrimmage as Malarkey just throws it up there, and it's caught by Jameer Ryder as Malarkey got drilled on the play.
Pass is incomplete. Ryder, the
Incomplete.
intended receiver.
Looks like from here it was caught, but the refs are going to call it incomplete.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been a nice catch by Ryder right there if he caught it. He was on the ground, had good coordination, but just couldn't handle the ball.
Well, it shows you the toughness of these football players. As I said, Malarkey got drilled on the play. He's right back in. Out of the shotgun, they go to Taylor Margulis left side, and he cuts back to the middle and picks up a couple.
Margolis on the carry.
So in this game, Radnor's been going with a pretty balanced rushing attack with Matt Cohen leading the way and Taylor Margulis as a nice sidekick to that rushing attack.
And their quarterback, Sean Malarkey, as well.
That's true.
Right now, if I were the Lions defense, you have 3rd and long. I'd bring the house. Try and rush Malarkey. Try and go for him, get him under pressure, and hope he gets an incompletion.
3rd and 9.
On 3rd down, Malarkey looking, throwing over the middle underneath. It's caught by Jameer Ryder, and Ryder gets away from Pencrest defenders and picks up a 1st down and gets inside the red
Pass
zone.
is complete to Jameer Ryder.
Pretty good screen right there from Malarkey to Ryder right there for them to get like a 20-yard gain on that catch by Ryder to get into the Pencrest red zone once again.
Well, there's someone down on the play. It doesn't look like a player. Well, whoever this is, it doesn't look very good at all. No, it's not. It's not definitely. And Bobby, what do you think happened there?
Well, I think he got it looked like he got tackled, like it looked like he got like hit really hard by the Radnor. I'm assuming it was by Ryder, but I mean it looked like he got hit pretty hard because he's been on the ground for about like 1 to 2 minutes about. So it must be something serious.
Looks like it's Chris Mills who's down on the play, the co-captain of this team.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Chris Mills.
Well, he's back up, but he doesn't. He looks to be in a lot of pain. That's what I'm trying to say anyway. And he may not return for the rest of this game, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, the way that was, Jake, he was down for almost 5 minutes right there. He may not return for the rest of this game. So they may have Chris Cello in for the rest of the 4th quarter.
He is looking pretty dazed and confused right now as Radnor will start play at Pencrest 16-yard line. So 1st down and 10. 10:26 to go in the game. The handoff to Margulis and a nice hit by Chris Cello. And he lost the football. Uh-oh. Who's got it? Pencrest got it.
Pencrest recovers the football.
Chris Cello's hit forced the fumble and Pencrest recovers.
A really good hit right there by the Lions defense to force the fumble out of Maragos's hands, to get the fumble, and for the Lions to get the ball back and have a chance to score.
So after the Margulis fumble, Pencrest will get the ball on their own 16. 10:18 to go. Pencrest down by 3 scores. On first down, Cello will throw it. He's looking, he's stepping up, he's going deep. A wobbly football, it is incomplete. Intended for Vinnie Brown.
Brown, the intended.
It looks like Coach Pigeon was looking for a flag right there.
And it really hurts Pencrest to not have Chris Mills in this situation and not have that real deep ball threat that Mills provided.
Yeah, that's right, Jake. I mean, maybe Chris Cello can do something and bring this game back, maybe.
Cello, he looks downfield. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to do what he can with his legs, and he gets across the 20, gains about 6 yards.
Berniker on the stop.
Pretty good run right there for Cello to avoid the sack and at least get about 4 or 5 yards on that run to make it like third and medium.
And at this point, time is crucial. Now less than 10 minutes to go. Time is still ticking.
3rd and 5.
Pencrest goes with 4 wide receivers on 3rd and 5. Cello, quick throw. It's too high. Intended for Aiden Kami. And it's 4th down and 5. And I imagine that Andrew Pigeon would have to elect to go for it.
Yeah, there's no doubt, Jake. I mean, you have 9:20 left in this game. It's 4th and 5. Down by 22. That's the only option they have, because they don't want to give it back to the Radnor offense and let them score. So they had to go for it here.
So it's 4th down and 5. Pretty much a must convert for the Lions. Cello rolling right. He throws, and the pass is caught by Kami, but he's short of the first down. Fahid Manzoor drills Kami.
Chang makes the stop. Radnor takes over on downs. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our freshman cheerleaders. Christina Kelly, Emily Knapp, Marissa Lucente.
So 1st down and 10. Radnor gets the football back after Margulis fumbled the football on their last drive. They're going to go with Matt Cohen this time, and John Cosgrove makes the stop.
Let's hear it for our sophomore cheerleaders, Julia Iannucci.
A really good stop right there by the Lions defense to stop Cohen from getting even more yards.
And I imagine the Raiders are in no particular hurry, huh?
No, they're not. I mean, you're up by 22. You have 8:49 left in this game. They can just keep running the clock out. They can keep running the ball and run this clock out.
Another carry for Matt Cohen, and a nice chunk of yardage gained on the play.
Let's hear it, and
it's pretty close to a first down.
Leanne Carroll, Carly D'Ambrosio, Cassidy Hoffman, Bernadette Kelly.
And Chris Mills right now was taken to the locker room. It seems unlikely that he'll come back for this game.
Yeah, Jake, they have him on the stretchers right now.
Jenna Thompson.
And it's a big loss for this Lions offense.
Carney Woodhall.
And a really unfortunate way to end Chris Mills' season, as it's caught by Gerson, and Gerson scores. Touchdown, Radnor.
Teddy Gerson in for the Radnor touchdown.
So that's his 2nd touchdown of the game, and he's done a lot for them. 1 interception, 2 touchdowns, and about 5 catches. And the score right now is 34-6.
Yeah, that's right, Jake. He's been a pretty good factor to this Raider wide receiver core right now. Him, Matt Cohen on the run game, and Malarkey for their running game also. having 2 touchdowns for about 37 yards.
Looks like one of Radnor's players moved early.
Good ball. Full start on the offense. We're going back. 5 yards. Try for point.
And of course, this Pencrest team is going to look a lot different next year with Chris Mills, Chris Cello, Caleb Mahalik, Sam Sav, all being gone, and John Cosgrove also all being gone. And it's going to be a bit of an adjustment period, but you're going to see a lot of new faces for this Lions team.
Yeah, you got that right, Jake. You have the up-and-coming juniors who are going to be seniors, the sophomores, the new sophomores and juniors that want to try for the team, and the new seniors that want to try for this team. This team could be really different next year.
And right now, we don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah, you don't know. You have to find out. You won't be able to find that out until next year.
He's being evaluated right now.
It could be.
And Chris Mills is right now being evaluated by the training staff, possibly for a concussion. We're not sure yet. So Van Dusen will kick the ball away. And Caleb Mahalik and Jay Antonelli are back. Antonelli fields it, but slips and will be down at about the 12-yard line.
Not really good field position for this Lions offense. You're at your own 11. You have one of your special teams players
Ladies and
slip.
gentlemen, in their final
Could have been more
appearance at
yards,
Louis Scott
but
Field, let's hear it for our senior cheerleaders.
And at this point, it seems a bit unrealistic that Pencrest could possibly come back.
Up first, Abby Meyer.
yeah, you're down by
Captain Lindsay
29
Muppert.
points right now. You have about 7.5 minutes left.
Erica
Maybe they can try and at least get one more
Rosenblum.
score on the board.
Cello fakes it to Mahalik,
Captain
keeps it
Maddie
himself,
Fiata.
and gets hit immediately and loses yardage.
And Courtney Tripler.
Yeah, big loss of yards on that
One
play
more
right
time
there.
for our senior cheerleader.
Yeah, a big loss, 5-yard loss right there. You're on your own 6. Now I gotta try to start passing the ball. At least try and score. At least get into this deficit, but
Second down after the loss of 5 on the Chris Cello keeper. Cello will throw this time. He's going to go to Kami, and it's intercepted. It's intercepted by Tringen, and Jack Tringen will go all the way to the Pencrest 5-yard line. So Jack Tringen picks off Chris Cello, and Radnor will get it inside the Pencrest 10-yard line.
that's been a lot of their miscues tonight, Jake, has been turnovers. They've had 2 fumbles and 2
As they compete
interceptions.
in the Pennsylvania State Championship at Lincoln University tomorrow.
Even though Radnor's miscues with flags, a lot of our miscues with turnovers.
So 2 interceptions tonight, 1 thrown by Chris Mills, the other thrown by Chris Cho on that last play. The ball is handed off to Matt Cohen, but a nice stop made by the Pencrest defensive lineman.
It was a pretty good stop. It looked like Conan slipped on the play and
Stop is
couldn't
made
get
by
back
Jake
up.
Krzyzewski.
what we said about last week about playoffs. They had to win this game tonight for Radnor to have a chance to get in the playoffs, depending on the rest of District 1. But it looks like the road's going to come short tonight.
Well, actually, they still do, but with this loss, or seemingly loss tonight, it's going to hurt their chances a lot.
Yeah, they're going to be 3-7. Radnor is going to be 5-5.
Good ball foul. Delay again. Gets the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
So second down and goal from Pencrest 15-yard line. Pencrest has no deep safety. They'll go with Cohen left side and can't get much.
Cohen on the carry.
Pretty good stop there by the line. Stevens stop Cohen. It's a long third down. Flower lines, I go for a blitz right here.
Under 6 minutes left in the game. Third down and goal. Let's see if they throw it or they continue to run it. They'll run it. It's Matt Cohen. And Cohen picking up a huge chunk of yardage
Cohen
back
up the middle.
and will be stopped at about the 7-yard line. Pickup of 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to give a special shout out to Elena Haber, assistant captain.
And
Elena Haber.
Radnor will
once
send
signed
out the
with
field
three
goal
different
unit.
colors.
For the first time tonight.
So it will be a 25-yard attempt from the right hash.
Van Dusen in for the field goal.
Van Dusen's kick. It's no good. It's wide to the left.
Kick is no good.
So his first field goal attempt of the night is pulled.
I'd like to give another special shout out to band assistant captain Lindsay Smith. Lindsay is scared of mascots.
So after the missed field goal by Van Dusen, Pencrest will take over. Five minutes left. Two receivers to each side. Mahalik's in the backfield. They'll give the football. No, it's actually John Cosgrove. Uh-oh, John Cosgrove with a huge run. Gets across the 45 and gets close to midfield before being tripped up by the Radnor defensive back.
Really good run there by John Cosgrove to get into Radnor territory.
Though it most likely won't matter. A really nice run by John Cosgrove. The football goes to John Cosgrove once again. And a flag is thrown
Cosgrove on the
by the
carry.
back judge.
Flag down.
Oh, that was a pretty nice throw by the referee there. He threw the flag about 20 yards.
You're right, Jake.
So Lower Merion does have one more regular season game. They're going to play Lower Merion next week, who's currently 1-8 on the year. Let's see what the flag is.
We have a personal foul on the offense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
Well, it's not getting any better right now.
You get a really nice run by John Cosgrove. Get a personal foul on the offense. Sends them back to about where they first started. They were almost at midfield. Now they're at their own 32.
And a really disappointing ending to the regular season.
Yeah, it is, Jake. I mean, it is a lot of miscues tonight for this offense and defense. Interceptions and fumbles. They didn't have a lot of They didn't do a lot in the run game. Didn't have a lot of passes either.
Yeah. As Cello will throw, he steps up, he throws over the middle. Uh-oh, it's caught by Aiden Kami. And a nice throw by Cello, and he picks up a first down.
To Aiden Conley.
It's Aiden Kami's third reception of the night.
Pencrest has a little bit of life right now with that nice completion from Cello to Kami to get into the Raiders' territory.
Clock is running. We have 4 minutes left to go in the game. Cello from the gun. He'll throw. He steps up in the pocket. He's going deep right side. It's broken up, but a flag is thrown, and that'll be pass interference.
Flags down.
It was Isaiah Hall committing the illegal foul, or committing the foul.
If he caught that pass, they could have declined the penalty, and it could have been a touchdown. The way that ball was going. And I'm not sure in high school if it's where the spot of the foul is or if it's only 15 yards.
I believe it's 15 yards maximum. I believe it's only in the NFL where it's a spot foul.
Pass interference against the defense. That's a 15-yard penalty. First down.
So for the second time, Pencrest will enter the red zone. Or actually, yes, they are in the red zone.
Yeah, they're in Lower Marion territory at Radnor 18.
First down and 10. Looks like Caleb Mahalik might be done for the night. Cosgrove's the back. They throw, and it's incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
And a poor throw right there by Cello.
Yeah, even if he did catch that ball, I don't think he was getting anywhere.
And off to Cosgrove as he gains a couple of yards.
Well, yeah, but right now you have a long third down right here. Got a loss of yards on that previous play by Cosgrove. Now I gotta try throwing the ball. I try aiming it for the end zone.
Last year when Pencrest and Radnor played each other, Radnor ended up being victorious. They won 28-7.
And it looks like they're going to be victorious once again, Jake.
Cello back. He looks. He throws. The pass is caught. It's Eric Arufo. And he gets to the Pencrest or Radnor 3.
Complete to Eric Arufo.
Really good pass right there from Chris Cho to Eric Rufo to get inside the Radnor red zone right there. Great catch by Eric Rufo.
Special shout out to biology sensations of Rachel Bolins and Elaine Chen in the audience tonight.
So first down and goal. Cello will keep it, and Cello's in. Touchdown, Pencrest.
That's Chris Cello in for the Pencrest touchdown.
Although it won't matter, Chris Cello scores the 3-yard touchdown, and it's 35-12.
It looks like they had a miscommunication with the scoreboard right there.
Mills' extra point. This time is, oh, it's off the upright, but still good.
Kick is good for Alex Budazin.
Well, how often do you see that? It goes off the upright, but it actually goes through.
Not too much in high school football, Jake. That's the first I've ever seen. You sometimes see it in the NFL and college, but that's the first time I've seen it in high school football.
It's pretty cool, huh? So this is the 4th time this year that Pencrest has scored double-digit points, and most likely it'll be the first time they do it in a losing effort.
Yeah, that's right, Jake. I mean, they gave it their best effort tonight. I mean, there's still 2.5 minutes left, but I mean, they had a good run this season.
Budazzen's kick. It's away. It's a very short kick. It'll be fielded by Jameer Ryder. And Ryder's got a little bit of space left side. He crosses the 30. He crosses the 40 and gets almost to midfield. Nice return by Ryder.
Ryder on the return.
Yeah, that was a pretty good kick return by Jameer Ryder right there to get to about midfield.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very special shout out to drumline section leader Chris McAvoy. Chris used to be in a neighborhood gang with his.
So this might be the final drive of the game for the Radnor Raiders.
Yeah, I would expect the Raiders to run out the clock, just run the ball, and just run out this clock.
Chris, that was their first time out of the second half.
Let's hear it for front ensemble section leader Helen Bars. Helen Bars at first refused to learn bass guitar when Chris Jackson asked her to play for his band. But after reconsidering and agreeing to learn the instrument, it eventually became her passion. Let's hear it for front ensemble section leader Harry Lane. Harry Lane is afraid of spiders.
Looks like Mr. Del Prado is giving some shout-outs tonight.
Yep. And a new quarterback is in. It's Phil Gaddy. Sophomore, or 5'11" sophomore, number 48.
Dead ball fat. First down.
So a really impressive game for Sean Malarkey and Matt Cohen.
Yeah, you're right, Jake. They had a terrific performance for this Radnor offense. Malarkey having 2 rushing touchdowns, Cohen having a rushing touchdown, and a lot of their other receivers getting some touchdowns.
And of course, you can't forget about Teddy Gurton.
Yeah, Teddy Gurton, man, having 2 touchdowns tonight, having an interception.
As it's also a new running back in. It's Brendan Herron who gets a few yards.
Herron on the carry.
But as I was saying, what do you think was the main reason why Pencrest just couldn't come out on top?
Turnovers, big time. You had the interceptions thrown earlier in the first quarter by Mills. Then you had the fumble by Vinnie Brown earlier in the second quarter. And then that other interception by Chris Cello not too long ago in this fourth quarter of play.
So as Herron will pick up a first down. But if Pencrest ends up being in the district playoffs, what do you think Andrew Pigeon's going to have to say to his team in the practices leading up to that game?
Well, if I were Coach Pigeon, I mean, they would have to do a lot of work on both sides of the ball, offense and defense.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for drum major Erica Westcott.
So they're going to need some help throughout the district to see if Pencrest end up playing in the playoffs.
If they do end up getting in the playoffs, you don't know who they're going to end up playing.
So Radnor will go into the victory formation.
Raiders take a knee.
Looks like Pencrest not going to
Let's
call
also
in their
hear one more time
timeouts.
for drum major
Clock
Rodney
approaching,
Allen.
1 minute remaining.
Pretty upsetting game for this Lions team tonight.
So Radnor will take one more kneel down. And that will do it. The final score, Radnor Raiders 35, Pencrest Lions 13. Teddy Gurton, 2 receiving touchdowns. Sean Malarkey, 2 rushing touchdowns. Also an interception for Gurton and a rushing touchdown for Cohen. Overall, a dominating performance of the Raiders. Pencrest regular season ends. It remains to be seen if they will be playing in the district playoffs. They ended at 3-7. Radnor improves to 5-5 before they play Lower Merion next week. And that's it.
4 quarters of play. The Radnor Red Raiders 35, the Pencrest Lions 13.
And as the two teams go into the handshake line for the final time this season, I'm Jake Scully with Bobby Neal, and the rest of my team at Pencrest High School, I'm signing off.
Let Pencrest High School and the Rose Tree Media School District be the first to wish you all a very safe and pleasant Halloween, and have a very safe and pleasant good evening.